What would you do if your ex not only broke your heart, but also stole your belongings, blocked you everywhere, and acted like you didn't exist? Most people would cry, move on, maybe even hire a lawyer. But me? I found a way to sneak into his life every single morning and ruin his precious sleep, until he finally gave up and handed everything back. And the best part? He never even realized it was me. If you've ever been betrayed, disrespected, or treated like your pain didn't matter, then you're going to love this story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because today you'll hear one of the most satisfying revenge stories you'll ever come across.
So, let me set the stage. It was the summer.
I was living in Washington, D.C., dating my boyfriend who lived in Chicago.
Things seemed good.
At least, good enough that I was planning my entire future around him. I had this incredible opportunity to live in Spain for a while, and the plan was that once I got back to the US, I'd pack up and move to Chicago. Finally, no more long distance, just us, together, for real. Sounds hopeful, right? Well, wait. Because life had other plans. My lease in DC was ending right before my Spain trip, so instead of storing everything for a year and then moving it all again later, I thought, perfect time to downsize. I sold my furniture, donated a ton of clothes, and decided to only keep essentials, sentimental items, and my expensive electronics. Things like my game console, my JBL speaker, and my Hue lights, stuff I worked hard for and cared about.
Since I couldn't lug it all to Spain, my boyfriend offered to store it for me.
Don't worry, he said. I'll take care of it. Use whatever you want while I'm gone. I trusted him.
I mean, why wouldn't I?
This was supposed to be my future.
But right before Spain, I went to visit him in Chicago.
And things were rocky.
Tension. Fights. Misunderstandings.
You know when you feel the vibe shifting but you desperately want to believe it'll pass?
That was me.
I told myself, we'll fix it, we'll be fine. Except, right as I land in Spain, he ghosts me. A month of silence. And then, a cold text, it's over.
No call. No conversation. Just a text. My heart sank.
I was alone in a foreign country, battling loneliness, culture shock, and now heartbreak. And on top of that, he still had my belongings, and even $400 he owed me.
I tried to reach out. Nothing.
He blocked me everywhere. Phone, Instagram, WhatsApp, even Venmo and Splitwise.
Who does that?
Whenever I bumped into him after I moved back to Chicago, I tried being civil. I'd ask, hey, can we talk about my things?
The money?
And every single time, he'd brush me off, sneer, act like I was some stranger pestering him. And then one day, I asked him point blank, are you stealing from me? And with the smuggest look, he said, I guess you could call it that.
That was it. That moment, the switch flipped inside me. I begged. I emailed. I even had my roommate reach out.
Eventually, he returned some of my things, but not the Hue lights. No matter how many times I asked, he shrugged.
Those lights were his now, apparently. So, I gave up. Ordered a new set for myself.
And that's when karma handed me the sweetest weapon I could ever imagine. See, when I set up my new Hue lights, something strange happened. On my phone, I noticed I was still connected to my old set. The one sitting in his condo. At first, I thought, glitch?
Nah, can't be. But I decided to test it.
I tapped off.
His lights went dark.
A few seconds later, they flicked back on.
I laughed. And then I did it again. And again. Until it hit me, I was still in control.
Do you know how powerful that realization felt? After months of being blocked, ignored, disrespected, suddenly, I had a way to reach right into his little bubble and mess with him.
And oh, did I.
See, my ex loved to sleep in.
Blackout curtains. Snoozing until 11 like he was royalty.
Meanwhile, I was up by 7 for work. So, every morning, like clockwork, I'd flip on those Hue lights.
Bright. Blazing. Blinding.
I'd sit there sipping my coffee, picturing him cursing, stumbling out of bed, furious that his blackout fortress was betrayed by the very lights he stole.
And you know what? He never figured it out.
Day after day, I had this secret window into his misery.
My mornings became delightful.
I'd think, enjoy your wake-up call, thief.
Weeks passed.
And then finally, he reached out to my roommate and said, come get your lights.
I guess he thought they were defective. Poor guy. And that's how I got everything back.
The look on his face when I asked him one last time about the lights, how he shrugged, thinking he'd won, that smug arrogance. I'll never forget it. And the fact that in the end, he handed them back because he thought they were broken? That was justice in its purest, pettiest form. Every morning I flipped those lights on, I reclaimed a little piece of myself. Every flicker was a reminder that no matter how powerless someone makes you feel, karma has a funny way of letting you flip the switch back in your favor.
You know, sometimes revenge isn't about grand gestures.
Sometimes it's about those tiny, relentless moments where you remind someone that their actions have consequences.
And the best part? They never even realize it until it's too late. So, what do you think?
Was this the perfect example of karma doing its work? Or what? If this story made you smile, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest but most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed?